We're tattooing this Popin'Cookin bento box today. Yep, we're tattooing it, but first we have to set everything up, including my tattoo machine and the ink. Then we have to get started with actually making all this food. So Popin'Cookin is actually this powder that you mix with water, and it makes these cute little food items, and then when you're all done, you can actually eat them. It's edible. A lot of people say it tastes like chapstick, but I personally love it. I think it tastes like yummy candy. As a part of the packaging, they give you these little plastic things to cut out to kind of set alongside with your plate, and I love that. But it was kind of annoying to cut out. These are the things that we're making: some broccoli, an egg roll, and a couple other things. Basically, they give you a packet of powder, and then you mix it with some water, and I think there's a bunch of gelatin in there or something, because then it solidifies, and then it actually starts to look like that thing that they told you it's gonna look like.
Wow.
For example, like this broccoli. Doesn't that look just like broccoli? Mixing this egg roll thing was super annoying because there's a bunch of ridges at the bottom of this tray, which made it super hard to mix, so it actually took me a couple minutes to thoroughly mix it because I didn't want chunks of powder to be in this. As I was making this, I realized, oh my goodness, I can't eat any of this because I'll be tattooing it. Obviously, you don't want to eat tattoo ink. That is the most dangerous thing, and you can get sick immediately. So we're not doing that today, but I can just imagine what it tastes like. Mixing this rice ball powder was so satisfying. It was kind of messy because it kind of got everywhere, but doesn't it look just like rice? I'm amazed at how they're able to make these things look like food. Especially when I was younger, I was shocked that this wasn't actual real food. It's just candy, powder, and gelatin and something else. So shaping these little balls of rice was very hard, especially for this little triangle piece. Do you guys know the name of this triangle piece of rice? I have no idea. But it kept looking like a white Hershey's Kiss, and I didn't like that. It wasn't what I was going for. But I mean, it's okay. It'll do. Next up is I'm making the panda, which was way easier because it's just a bunch of circles and it was super easy to make. Now I pour this seaweed powder into these little cutouts. Apparently you're just supposed to put the black powder inside, and when you stamp on the rice, it's supposed to look like seaweed. So let's see if that works. So we're gonna take it and stamp it on, and let's see if it looks like seaweed. It does! Oh my gosh, this was so exciting. I wanted to do this again and again, but unfortunately I could only do it with these little white rice balls, and it actually looks like a panda. This is such an ingenious idea. Whoever made Popin'Cookin, honestly, God bless you. This is so fun. This is so cool.
I love you.
Next up is the fried chicken. This one was my favorite. Oh my goodness. At first it just looks like powder and water, but as you mix and as you shape the chicken, it actually starts to look like fried chicken, and you'll see it in a second as I start to shape my little chicken drumstick and chicken thigh. It actually looks like chicken. So here I am trying to shape it and form it. I know it doesn't look exactly like a chicken leg, but hey, come on. This is like some sort of powder paste thing, so give me a break. It kind of does look like a chicken leg, doesn't it? So this looks just like fried chicken. I'm amazed. I don't get how they all just don't look like the same thing since they're all pastes and powders. But anyways, next up is the spaghetti, which for me, for some reason, made me so nauseous. Just, I don't know why. The texture of it, the smell of it, it was, I don't know, it was so gross to me. But it goes in this little bag so we could pipe it so it could look like spaghetti. This was incredibly hard to get in the bag. I actually had to stop recording, put it in the bag, and then start recording again because it was very difficult to put in the bag by myself. So then I'm just piping it on, and tell me why this doesn't really look like spaghetti. Did I do something wrong? I don't know. Can you tell that this was supposed to be spaghetti? It looks a little too angular, like all the corners are too sharp. I guess this can be like linguine or something, but I don't think that's what I was supposed to do. Maybe I made a mistake. I added too much water or something. I don't know, but it doesn't look right. So now we're finally taking out this little egg roll or egg strip, whatever this is called. And once again, it was kind of hard to mix, and it was hard to take out because of those ridges, but it does look kind of like eggs, I guess. This broccoli was so satisfying. I just wanted to take a bite out of it immediately, but of course I couldn't. Taking out this octopus was so difficult. I truly don't know how I did it because of all these little tentacles. So the tentacles were the hardest part to get out, but look how cute it is. Oh my goodness, I have to make one of these IRL. This is the final reveal of what the plate looks like, and now I'm going to start tattooing all of these items. I was so sad because I wanted to eat all of these, but of course I can't because there's ink in them now, which is so sad. But I think this was actually really fun to practice on. Each separate little food item had a different texture and a different consistency, which made tattooing them very interesting and unique because when you're actually tattooing people, people's skin isn't all the same. It sometimes has different textures, different tightness, all sorts of different things. So this was actually pretty fun and kind of a learning experience for me. This was super satisfying to do. My My favorite was this egg roll, incidentally, because it gave me the most amount of trouble, but it was the most fun and satisfying to actually tattoo. I would really recommend, if you guys are practicing tattooing, to buy a Popin'Cookin set because 1, it's really fun to put together, but 2, it's actually good to practice on. What Popin'Cookin kit should I do next? And what should I tattoo next? Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a great day. And the question of the day is, if you were a character from Dragon Ball Z, which character would you be?